Good morning.
Morning.
Please stand and join us in singing our gathering song, We're Unity. One, two, one, two, three, four. We're unity. We come to see the God in you and in me. We feel the love that we're worthy of, around and out and above. We come to connect with our light that shines like the sun rising high in the skies of God. We're unity. Yes, we're unity. We build a bridge instead of a wall, extending wherever roses fall. We meditate and seek to release feelings that are our own needs. Come to connect with our light that shines like the sun rising high in the skies of God. We're unity. Yes, we're
Welcome to Unity of Stewart. Mike, I still see the announcements on the feed. If you could turn off the announcements on the feed, that would be great. On the Mac? Um, no, I'm talking about the Mac, not the PC. So do you see the announcements in the middle of the screen on the PC? You got it? What in the world now? Don't really.
We're live.
We are live. We're definitely live. Okay. Well, I know those of you online who can hear me. Oh, there I am! Yay! Hi. How's it going? We had some technical difficulties last week, and I'm just going to take responsibility for all of them because that's what indeed happened. And so go ahead. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, all right, good morning. Welcome to all who are watching on YouTube and Facebook. Lana and Jess and Phil and Cheryl and Pam and Ann and Tony and Irma and Sylvia and Brenda and Beverly, usually. And also, let's see who else is on Facebook this morning. I don't see many people on Facebook this morning. You must all be here. So, Florence and 5 other people are watching. Hey, good morning, Florence. And say again? Oh, Florence is here. You're also on your phone.
So weird.
You're bilocating, Florence. And let's see, people who are on, that's YouTube. So Facebook, yeah, Florence is on. Susan Stone is on Facebook. Hello, Miss Susan Stone. It's good to see your name here. Mary Claire as well. Good morning, Mary Claire. All right, enough of that.
You seem a little loud.
Very loud. I'm a little loud?
Yes.
Well, that's not unusual. Would you turn me down in the room, please? I harangue people on the regular in the room. I don't want to be too loud as I'm haranguing you about spirit. Okay, thank you. All right, welcome to First Timers in the Room. If you're here for the first time and you would like to receive a welcome packet from Chuck or from Tom, I invite you to raise your hand and they will bring you a welcome packet. Anybody that's in the room for the first time who would like a welcome packet? All right. For anybody who is online, If you would like a welcome packet, you can email us at admin@unityofstewart.org, and we would be happy to send you a welcome packet. Also, if you are in the room for the first time and you would like a welcome packet, even though you didn't raise your hand, you can take one. They are on the table back there on the left as you exit the sanctuary. And in that packet are just information about Unity of Stewart, information about our larger movement. There is a prayer request form in there. There is also a form that if you take it out and bring it back to Bobby at the podium at the welcome podium after service, she will be happy to give you a gift. And on that form is a place where you can check if you would like to not receive our weekly newsletter. But if you give us the form and we put your name and address in, we will be happy to send you the newsletter. We invite you to everyone to gather with us in the kitchen and on the patio for some food and conversation after the service. We'll get to know each other a little better. Most importantly, we'd like everyone to know that Unity of Stewart is a positive, affirming, practical path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here with no exceptions. And even you honor us with your presence. So thank you for being here. And there are our boardies, our board of directors, and our boardie of the day is Laurie Michaud, and she is here. Laurie, where are you?
She's in the back.
Oh, she's way in the back, but you see her picture up there. You can recognize her after service if you'd like to ask a question or like to think about what it might be like to serve on the board next year. Laurie will be happy to speak to you, and if she can't answer your question, she will find the answer and get back to you. Oh, also, as we're looking at the board members, I also want to recognize Peter Keelan, who is in the booth today. He is volunteering to learn the booth. And also, I'd like to recognize Don Rowell for permanently hanging up our Unity Pride flag outside. And there are our prayer chaplains, and our prayer chaplains are an important part of our ministry. They hold us in prayer. And you may have heard me talk in the past about strong pillars of Unity of Stewart, and our prayer chaplains are indeed strong pillars of Unity of Stewart in our spiritual community. They hold us in prayer in all of their prayers, and they will hold you in prayer today for personal prayer if you would like. And our prayer chaplains on duty today, actually we have one, and that's Robert Griggs. Go ahead, you can stand up. There he is. And of course you will know him by his face and also by his stole. And Robert is here to pray with you. If you have anything that you'd like prayer support with, a joy, a challenge, anything at all, Robert will be happy to pray with you and to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. So thank you, Robert. And also, as well as or instead of, you can email us at prayer@unityofstewart.org, or you can call the Mothership, our Silent Unity prayer line, which is in outside of Kansas City, at that number right there. And today, this is a new thing that we're beginning today, and it's for those of you who loved the growing groups before we had our gala this year, we're going to do a conversation based on that model, where after the last lesson of every month, the last Sunday of every month, we'll have some guided conversations on this lesson. So that's today's lesson, The Power of Tiny Triumphs, or I've been calling it The Power of Microjoys. That's become interchangeable for me. We'll meet in the small classroom after service at noon, and you can bring whatever, cookies, coffee, whatever you get there, and come in, and we'll have some questions that we can talk to each other about. So it's not about lecturing by me, it's about talking to each other. And this is going to be the pilot program for something we're going to start in September. That will happen every week, maybe during the day, one during the day and one in the evening for discussion groups. So come and join us for that. And this is about, I'm going to be on a podcast, a video podcast on YouTube with my prayer partner and friend, Vita King Blanchard, and it's going to be about authenticity. And her YouTube channel is called Rooted Arts. I know you can probably not take a picture of that QR code, but if there is a flyer out in the foyer, if you want to point your camera at that QR code. That will take you to Vita's YouTube channel. And that will be on Tuesday night. So that's this coming Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And we'll be having a live conversation about authenticity. So come and join us for that. So this is the last Sunday in Pride Month. And I wanted to tell you that, just talk about Pride a little bit more on this last Sunday and about the good news of, regardless of what's happening in the larger sphere, we here at Unity, we know that the LGBTQIA+ community is a 100% honored community here. The Spirit of God shines in each one as it does in each one of us who don't happen to be queer. So I wanted to talk about the gay flag, the pride flag for a second. So the original pride flag was designed in 1978 by Gilbert Baker, an artist and LGBTQ activist. And those colors mean something, which I did not know until I read this article. I imagined they were just a rainbow, right? So they mean something. So the red color represents life as well as the passion and love that are integral to the LGBTQ community. Orange represents healing as well as the vitality and energy of the community. Yellow represents sunlight, signifying hope and the promise of a brighter future for the queer community. Green symbolizes nature, as well as the growth and progress of the community. Blue represents serenity, as well as the trust and faith that the LGBTQ community place in one another. Purple represents spirit, highlighting the spirituality and faith that many members of the community hold. So those colors. Now the other colors that you see on the sign, this is the new version of the flag, which was created by Daniel Quasar in 2017, graphic designer and an LGBTQ activist. He calls this the Progress Pride flag, and it includes the additional colors to represent the experiences of marginalized members of the LGBTQ community, including people of color and the transgender community. So please join me in honoring and dedicating the sacred wholeness of our dedicating the service to the sacred wholeness of our LGBTQ+ community, knowing each expression of love and identity is a radiant reflection of the divine. Mike, would you turn my mic up a little bit online? They're having a little bit of issue hearing me online. And with that, we light this candle that we call the Christ candle here, that represents the light of the Christ consciousness, God consciousness, Buddha nature, whatever you like to call it. That light represents that light that shines in each one of us. Our reading today. I open my heart to the quiet joys of my life. Some days don't bring fireworks. Some mornings begin with struggle. Yet even then, grace is near. A kind word I offer, a deep breath before I respond. A moment of beauty I allow myself to see. These are tiny triumphs, microjoys, seeds of transformation planted gently in the soil of ordinary life. I don't need to wait for big wins to feel grateful. Every time I choose peace instead of pressure, stillness instead of rushing, love instead of fear, I walk the path of joyful spiritual growth. The journey of the soul is not always loud. More often it whispers, that moment mattered. That pause made a difference. Jesus taught that the kingdom is like a mustard seed, small but filled with infinite potential. So today, I trust the invisible, the quiet, the small. I celebrate my own tiny triumphs and honor the sacredness in each one. And so join me in a deep breath, if you please. As we settle in to this holy space, knowing that that power and the presence of divine joy moves in and through each one of us, many times small, but all the time sacred and mighty. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm our affirmation together. I open my heart to the quiet joys of life. And let's take that deep breath, anchoring in this affirmation as we affirm one more time together. I open my heart to the quiet joys of life. And so it is. And let's prepare for meditation by singing together.
1, 2, 3.
I am in harmony with God's love and peace, like a flower blooming that will never cease, spreading beauty as it opens up. Nature helps me fill my cup, and I am one with God. I feel divinity flowing through my soul when I lean on my faith and let go of control. I close my eyes and say a prayer, then surrender and declare that I am one with God. Yes, I am one with God.
And we breathe. I invite you into at least 3 deep, full breaths. Dropping our shoulders. Releasing any tension that the body may hold. You may wish to wiggle your toes. Maybe shake out your hands and your fingers. And be here now, in this holy space, with these holy people, open, receptive, and responsive to what Spirit has for us right here and now. And as we move ever deeper into prayerful meditation, I invite you to allow the words you hear to become the words of your own mind and heart. As I have closed my eyes, I breathe in and I release all that may have been on my mind. I connect with the power and the presence of oneness right here in this room. And I let everything else wait. Right here in this now moment, I allow myself to pause. No fixing, no striving, just being. And I bring one simple joy to my mind this morning. From this morning or yesterday, just one simple joy. Maybe it was the first sip of coffee or your morning beverage. Maybe it was a breeze through the trees. Maybe it was the smile of someone I love, or the woof or meow of one of my animal friends. I know that joy doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it whispers. And so I allow it to whisper right now. And I let myself feel a simple joy right now. It could be the small, steady hum that is below all of the noise. It could be the sound of my own breath. And in this now moment, I affirm, I am at peace with the way things are right now. I trust life even if I don't have all of the answers. This breath, this moment, this gentle joy, it's enough. In the quiet. And as we have co-created this time of sacred joy, sacred peace, I invite us to bring into our awareness all of those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stewart, and all of those that are in our minds and hearts this morning, lifting each one up in quiet joy, in simple peace, and in divine love and wholeness. And if you'd like to speak names out into this holy space, I invite us to do that now. And releasing all to the care and keeping of the one, I invite you to join me in praying this in the name and the nature, the light, the love, the peace, the joy of Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
And let us sing.
All that I
Thank you and happy Pride, everybody.
This is the Joyful Noise Band and Choir.
That's right. This is a song by Gary Lynn Floyd. He's an incredible singer-songwriter and spiritual leader in our movement and CSL and stuff like that. So this song is called Instrument of Peace. And that's my mission right now. I'm ready.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, oh.
Make me, keep going. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument of peace. May I not seek to be understood as to understand. We love as we love. For in giving I receive. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. Make me an instrument of peace. I am an instrument of peace. I am an instrument of peace. Happy Pride!
Boys. took a sneak peek at the Facebook page again, and we've had a variety of people joining us. I'd like to say good morning to y'all. And that's Wendy Hitteman. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. There's Mary Claire. I see you now. Carlene. Good to see you. And Linda and Rogelio. Good to see you too. And Andorra. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are all here. Let's take another breath together right here and right now, shall we? And let ourselves arrive once again to this now moment. Arrive into this space of listening, into this breath, into knowing that this space that we co-create is a space of joy and a space of peace and a space of miracles. And while your eyes are closed, I invite you for one moment to take another think back onto your past week. And think about some or just one of the small things that made you smile, that made you feel peaceful, or that reminded you that you are still alive and still growing. A laugh with a friend, a dog leaning into your leg, or the way the light hits a leaf outside your window. Hold that moment gently. Whatever it is, no matter how small, just hold it gently. That moment is today's teaching. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Here's a small moment that brought me joy. Do you ever, for those of you who are on social media at all, have you ever heard of one of the channels that's called We Rate Dogs? Anybody but me hear about that? We Rate Dogs? Who said yes? Jill? This is the #1 dog of the week from We Rate Dogs. Oh, we have no sound. You know what? Remember when I said that the connection wasn't strong at the computer? Maybe that's the issue. Nope. Okay. Hold the phone. This was hinky before. Oh, for goodness sake. All right, I'm going to narrate it for us because you got to see it. It's the picture of it that's worth it. I'm going to start from the beginning again. All right, so I can't remember the name of this dog, but he was afraid of stairs. And every time he needed to go out, his mama would carry him. And this is her training him to come down the stairs with lots of treats. And it looks like she's going, oh my goodness, you're coming down the stairs. And there he goes. And going back in. That was one of my moments of joy this past week, and I thought I'd share it with you. You know, truth is, we live in a world that celebrates just the big stuff, right? It celebrates all of the big goals, you know, the big transformations, all of the milestones, big aha moments we have, and that's fine, that's good. It's right that we should celebrate those big moments. They're real and they're powerful. But just like if you got a bit of joy from that clip, that's as powerful. That's big as well. Because we all have joys of day. We all have joys, that's true. And we all have days that are less than joyful. Maybe where nothing feels joyful. When we're just slogging through the day, right? Maybe someone we love is sick. Maybe we're exhausted. Maybe we're grieving. Maybe it's just been a long week. So Microjoys, which is why I changed the title, comes from a book by Cindy Spiegel called Microjoys. And she says this: microjoys are the small, accessible moments that exist even when everything is not okay. The key word here is accessible moments. Those little moments of joy are available to us even when nothing else is going right. They don't demand that we be healed or productive or relentlessly positive. They only ask us to notice. Our master teacher, Jesus, said, "Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow." Now, he wasn't offering gardening tips here. He was inviting us to slow down and pay attention, to notice the lilies of the field. Pay attention to what is easily overlooked. So in Unity, we know that Spirit is fully present in every moment of our lives, not just the mountaintop experiences, right? But in the quiet times, in the quiet corners, in the tiny cracks where the light still gets in. And our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, taught that transformation happens in these quiet, persistent moments. She called them silent healings, moments that don't seem dramatic, but change life at the foundation. Those small moments. Every small kindness, every pause before reacting, every deep breath when we feel like shouting. Those are sacred moments. They're not the warm-up for real spiritual work. They are the work. That is the work. They don't seem dramatic. But when we recognize those moments, that's the spiritual work. The Dalai Lama has this great reminder. Maybe you've heard of it. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. I laugh every time I hear that. But it also reminds me that small and tiny is not the same as being weak. It's not the same as being meaningless. It's not insignificant. Small is powerful. One shift in energy can shift our lives. A thought, a word, can open the door to a miracle. I want to share a story with you. This happened many years ago in my second spiritual community. We're going to call this woman Ellen. Now, Ellen's sister had died, and Ellen was grieving. It was sudden, and she was devastated. She couldn't meditate. She couldn't focus. She could barely drag herself to church. She felt like she would never laugh or even smile again. But she had a dog who every morning would jump on the bed, tail wagging, demanding to go for a walk. And so she walked, and she walked, and she walked until one morning, this was in New Mexico, by the way, and she noticed a blooming yucca plant along the arroyo. And the next day, she noticed that her neighbor smiled, and she said good morning to that neighbor. And a short time later, she realized that as she was walking, she was humming a tune from her childhood. Now, Ellen didn't plan a spiritual comeback. She could barely recite an affirmation. She certainly didn't go to any retreats. She just kept walking the dog. And in those quiet moments, the tiny joys, the micro joys, are where she noticed more and more. Joys that she had been missing. So this is the kind of joy we're talking about. Cindy Spiegel says, she wrote Microjoys during a year when she lost her brother and her mother, just months apart. She didn't try to hide her grief. She didn't slap a smiley face over her pain. Instead, she just started noticing the small things, like the way a stranger held the door, or the smell of rain on concrete, or how her body moved when the right song played. See, it's not about fixing anything. It's about noticing. It's about noticing, witnessing what is still good. The tiny triumphs, the microjoys, they don't erase the pain, but they expand the space. They create space within that pain, a space where spirit can breathe, where we can begin to recognize that power and the presence that is within us and all around us. She writes, joy can exist in the same space as grief. Peace can grow in the same season as uncertainty. We don't have to feel okay to notice beauty. We don't need to be healed to receive a moment of grace. And sometimes those small things are the only things that can keep us going. So in these past few weeks, as I've known that I'm going to be sharing this lesson with you, this teaching with you, I've become more aware of the microjoys in my life. And here's a very small one. That's, I don't know if you can see, that's 2 cats on my lap there. That's the black one, that's Bumble, and the larger one is Callie. And they rarely sit on my lap together. Okay, only Bumble is the king of my lap, and Callie is the lady in waiting, literally. When Bumble's not on my lap, Callie will sometimes come up. So Microjoy 1. And that second picture my daughter sent me 2 days ago, along with a video, which I'm not going to show you, but this is my grandkids, May, who, by the way, she's changed her name to Melody, so that's what we call her now. It's Melody and Zeke, and they were dancing and singing to each other. What?
Oh, Zeke has really gotten big.
Yeah. You're going to see him in August. And so they were dancing, and that's another microjoy for me. That's 2 small microjoys. And then here's a larger one with a smaller one in it. That's my nephew Max and his new bride Anna, and I had the pleasure of marrying them when I was away a couple of weeks ago, and that was a big joy for me to marry them. And that other picture of them at their first dance is not the other microjoy, but it was the other picture I had of the crowd, so I wanted to give you a sense. Anna, they're both in their early 30s, and Anna has many friends, women friends, girlfriends from when she was in high school and college. And at one point during the dancing, all of a sudden, I don't know, there had to be 12 or more women in a circle. And they were singing to this song, I don't know the name of it, it doesn't matter, but there was just the women, those young women in a circle. Like, they were shouting at each other. You know, of course they had a little bit to drink. And so they were like very loose, and they were shouting to one another. And you can just see, and I'm standing, and there were people just like, the seas parted for them. So I'm standing behind these young women in this circle, and they are just loving each other through this dancing and this song. And I thought, I had tears in my eyes, and the joy of being that age, of celebrating this experience in the world that we live in now. And I said that's a microjoy, but it's not really, it was a big joy, but we'll just call it a microjoy for this lesson. So those are the joys I'm talking about, is watching these young people get married, or marrying them, and then the young people dancing together. My heart just swelled with joy. So it was really, really incredible for me. So that's it. Those are the joys that we can notice in our lives. Let's just leave that there. They're sacred because not every day is a breakthrough, but every single day has something worth noticing. Last night, when I took the dogs out for the last time, it felt cool to me outside. Did anybody else go outside at about 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30? And I'm going, oh my goodness, that's a cool breeze out there. And I felt that joy. When I came in, it was 80 degrees. I looked at, but I'm telling you, there was a cool breeze last night, right? Maybe because we live near the ocean, but that's a tiny joy. So, every day has something worth noticing. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese monk who inspired millions, once wrote, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." So let's go back to that moment in the beginning when I asked you to close your eyes and bring forth a moment. You can close your eyes or keep them open. But think about that. What gave you some ease, some light, some meaning? Don't aim for the profound. Just recall something, like the breeze, or the kitty, or your puppy, or your loved one. And as you remember this moment or these moments, I invite you to say quietly to yourself, today I celebrate what is small but sacred. Today I celebrate what is small but sacred. I find peace in ordinary joy. I find peace in ordinary joy. Amen. So these aren't distractions from the spiritual path. They are the path. They are the path. We don't need to be dazzling to be worthy. That we don't need to feel like unless our lives are extraordinary, we're somehow falling short. But the truth is, the world doesn't need us to be constantly extraordinary. It needs us to be present, to show up, to notice, and to be willing to say, this moment is enough. Right where I am is enough. That's it. That's the path. That's the practice. So let's leave here today noticing the joy that lives in all of the little things of our lives. I affirm this truth. I claim this truth for each and every one of us. Namaste. And now we move to our celebration of abundance, also known as our love offering. And I invite you online above on our Facebook page. There is this slide is pinned if you'd like to donate to Unity of Stewart. If you don't see it, you can always go to unityofstewart.org and click on donate at the top of our page. And on YouTube, that's the thing you can do as well. Go to unityofstewart.org and click on donate. And thank you. Thank you for your gifts, for your love offerings, for your financial gifts, for your gifts of service. Thank you to our consistent givers. That helps so much, especially during the summer. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about consistent giving, you can ask me or ask May in the office. More importantly, that impact, Unity of Stewart, and not just us up here on the platform, everybody in this room, everybody who's watching, makes a difference in the world by supporting this work, by being here, by doing this work, and by supporting the work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And let us affirm our prosperity prayer and then our love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stewart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing about it.
2, 3, 4. We all give our gratitude and give thanks for the multitude of blessings we get every day that help us all along the way. We give thanks for a chance to give our gifts and for
Scoop, there it is, August 1st. My kids will be here, so I'm very happy. And then reminding about the Power of Time Triumphs in the small classroom at noon. Because it's 25 after 11. Maybe we'll start at 11:45. What do you think?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
11:41. Sometimes I do go on, but today I didn't. And what's coming up on Sunday, July 20th? This is a forum on immigration and human dignity that we're hosting here at Unity of Stewart. Of course, you can see it's entitled "Policy Hurts People." And when I read to you what the team, we're partnering with at least one other church. Any other churches first?
St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's. It's us
Nice.
at St. Joseph's that are sponsoring this. So join us to listen to some of our neighbors tell their stories. Neighbors who live now in a constant state of fear. Neighbors who are already feeling the damaging effects of these inhumane, zealous enforcement efforts. And let me be clear about this. It's not just undocumented people that are doing this, it's
That's correct.
documented people as well. So what we're going to do is listen to some stories. We'll have some people here and some people will have their identities protected. And maybe we can learn how to respond in a better way to this threat to human dignity. Discuss and seek ways to make our voices heard as we advocate for a different path forward. This is a path, this is important, that balances legitimate security and with concerns of human dignity.
Hey Jude, I don't know how much longer this was, but it says mic is muted. I don't know for when.
When policy hurts people, Sunday, July 20th. Come and see us at 3 p.m. I'll be announcing this next week. For those of you who are online who didn't hear me, I apologize. You'll hear me next week. I think that's it. Do we have kiddos out there? John, since you're in that last row, in that last seat, would you go see if there's a kiddos and go in the classroom and let Miss Jen know that we're ready for the kiddos? She's not used to my lesson being this short either. All right, what else we got? Any news about a coffee house?
We're still contemplating whether to do August.
Okay, well.
And I did put birthday invitations out there for everybody.
Birthday for everybody? Where are the birthday invitations?
It's a potluck, so there's always enough food if
Okay.
everybody brings a dish.
Right, and where are the invitations so people can pick them up?
In the kitchen.
If you'd like to come to Doreen's birthday, we don't have any kids today. If you want to come to Doreen's birthday party, the price of admission is a lottery ticket. And so you can pick
And a
up.
potluck.
And a potluck.
And BYOB, but I will have non-alcoholic drinks.
All right, okay. We don't have any children today, so we are not going to sing them in, but we will sing a blessing to them because, energy and all that. So if you'd like to stand, please. Song together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. Let's sing.